Hey guys, this is the Vinyl Casket, home to the lamest taste. My name is Nick, and this is a weekly comic book review. Check out my YouTube channel at the Vinyl Casket, all one word, where you can subscribe, like, and comment, hit the bell for much more. We do trailer reactions weekly, sometimes TV and movie reviews. We are getting heavily involved in the book community, but this video is my weekly, every single week, comic book review. Every Wednesday, I pick them up. Then I read them. Then I bag and board them. Then I take pictures from my Instagram at Vinyl Casket Comics. And then I review them with you guys. Then I sit down with the guys, Manny Reads Comics on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. And Carlos, who is Omni City Comics on Instagram. We talk about our top three. We run down, discuss it, talk about things that we're excited about, covers, artwork, stuff like that, and that gets posted on Tuesdays on Manny's YouTube channel at Manny Reads Comics. We're changing up our film date, so I'm not sure. It's a pre-recorded filming, so I'm not sure if it's going to still be Tuesdays. Stay tuned for that information as I have it. So we do indies, Marvel, DC, in that order. We got one indie. We're starting off with Dark Horse with a Brian Michael Bendis issue 1. This is a hip variant. We're starting off with Dark Horse, the ones. Love this cover. I don't know exactly how I feel about this series. Internal artwork was good. Storytelling was interesting. I liked the plot's idea and theme. Execution, I'm not 100% sold. Paneling and design wise, there was a couple times where I was reading it in the wrong way because I didn't realize that it was a double page spread, like panel wise, where it was reading from top all the way across, then all the way across, then a big section on the bottom. That lost me. There was a lot of dialogue on some pages where you're like I don't mind the page having a lot of dialogue. It would be a lot of dialogue in one panel. Like there was multiple panels that were overcumbered with dialogue. And while it's not a terrible idea, it's not terribly executed, it was a little off-putting for a first issue, especially because it's not until really almost the end of the issue you gotta get the plot, which you're realizing what it kind of is, but you don't really get that hit until almost the end. Then there's a time skip, and then the issue ends. We rate him out of 10. I'm gonna give this one a 7.5. It wasn't just 7. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was pretty solid. We'll see how issue 2 is. We're moving on to Marvel with issue 4 of Predator. I like this. I like this, where what this series is doing, where the series is going. Now there's multiple Predators after her. She's donning the armor. She's ready to fight. I'm so excited to see this go down, using the ship to outsmart them. And this is a very tactical comic. It's very influenced by the Alien and Predator movies. Like you could just tell. Also, this cover has this girl looking jacked. Like obviously she's been surviving without any friends or family and just an AI on a computer for like 15 years, 16 years. But she looks like she's gonna eat me. Sick. I love this character. I really like the backstory. I'm loving the different Predator armors that we're getting to see. It's really interesting. I'm gonna give this out of 10. We're gonna go with an 8. We're gonna go with a solid 8. Moving on to issue 10 of Hulk. Yeah, I like this direction for this second part of, is it Hulk Planet? It's not Planet Hulk anymore. I was in fear. Is that the proper word? That they were just gonna bring back Planet Hulk. And I didn't want just a retelling, revisiting of that past storyline. I just really wanted something new. And this is something new. And it's tied into actions of the past story arc before Banner of War. Which I find interesting. I like that explanation. I think that was a interesting way to set up this planet, and it's a gamma sun, and that's how these creatures came, kind of like Haven, but they're all abominations, and then they start to create a society over time, and then Hulk's actions cause the gamma sun to explode, and then they see all these visions and learn all these things about Hulk, and then spend like hundreds of years like recreating society around Hulk. Very interesting. This guy, what was his name? Paver. Pave. I am excited to see it. This cover is very misleading because this fight or whatever it is does not happen until next issue. That was the lead up. It's some kind of game. There's something going on. You can tell in the background. There's some kind of lead up, some kind of underlying thing happening. Really like this issue. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I think it was pretty solid. Moving on to my last Marvel book for the week. This is issue 7 of She-Hulk, which blew my socks off. So I've been loving She-Hulk. And if you don't know, the writer of She-Hulk is Rainbow Rowell. And she is pretty well known for writing YA books. And I was like waiting for like it to feel like this was being written by a YA writer, and I haven't read her Runaway Run. I think that's the only other main comic book she's done. I know she's done a ton of books. I know my wife reads her Simon Snow series. So I was really interested to see if this was ever gonna take that like that taste, like that feel of, you know, what the writer's talent and like normal theme is, which is cool. I would like to see, and I'm liking now in this issue to see that genre of book style rub off into a mainstream comic that character just had a TV show. That's really cool. So yeah, a lot of PDA. Her and Jack of Hearts starts off the book super steamy. I was really into it. The dialogue was clever, well layered, very interesting. Art style. This whole series has been incredible, and I really like the direction of this book. I really liked the plot where it's going. I like how she's captured, and that these characters that we saw earlier on aren't who they exactly seem to be, and there's test tubes, and I'm really excited to see what happens after this. Also, the whole Runaways, Victor, the son of Ultron, was there, and this whole robot like being blamed for their creators' problems suitcase was really cool. 9 out of 10. Amazing series, amazing issue. Move on to DC with issue 4 of 6 of Sword of Azrael, which was a really interesting issue because we get some backstory on how Dumas, I can't say his name, but the guy who started like the church that created Azrael, how he splintered off from the Templars, how this like Angel of Satan like was created, and how he's been like surviving all this time. Huge fight between them. I really enjoy this artwork, even though it's very cartoony and weird. It fits Azrael and these angels so well. And then the big kicker at the end is the reintroduction of Father Valley. So John Paul Valley is Azrael. Father Valley was a character that was introduced and origined in Catwoman in the previous arc before she left Alleytown. So I really, really, really am excited to see Father Valley back. That's before Tini Howard's run, right, on Catwoman. I believe so. I would have loved to see Father Valley be written into Tini Howard's run. It might have been a part of Tini Howard's run. I'm not actually sure, but he's back at the end of this. He's going to be the main antagonist of the next issue. I'm excited to see where that goes. There's 2 issues left. I'm excited to see this ramification. I've been waiting to see Azrael versus Father Valley because there's some kind of connection. I believe that he was raised by John Paul's dad, and was like basically adopted by him. That's really interesting to see. It's really cool because I was saying when we was introduced in Catwoman and there was Azrael backup stories in Urban Legends, I was like, oh, when are these things going to overlap? And here we are. 8 out of 10. Poison Ivy 6, sick cover. I love Jenny Fission. Her covers are amazing. This issue was full of incredible artwork. I love when they play with the green, and these different green characters, and the fact that she was like eat the rich, and it's so good. I don't really want to spoil the crazy stuff that happened in this, but it seems like Harley Quinn is coming to the next issue. Very excited. I really like this book. I'm gonna say 7.5. Finally, we have Batman. This is issue 129, and we're continuing with this lockdown stuff with what is his name? Not Backup Plan. It's I can't think of his name. Failsafe. Backup Plan. Really cool character. It's getting kind of played out though. It's getting kind of dragged out. Aquaman was interesting in this. I don't know necessarily how I feel about the direction of this story anymore. I feel like it's being prolonged and dragged on way more than it needed to be. I understand he's captured all the Bat characters and stuff. I just don't know how I feel about it. Hopefully it gets solved really soon. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. It was okay. I was enjoying Zdarsky's run, but this is like a drawn out issue that wasn't that great in my opinion. And that's all I have for this week. We have some books coming out next week that I'm very excited about. And as always, you can tune into my YouTube channel at The Vinyl Casket, all one word, to see my reviews of my past weeks, as well as checking out my Instagram at Vinyl Casket Comics to see mini write-ups on all the stuff that I read, including books coming soon. There are a new book review on my YouTube channel that you can check out. You can subscribe, like, and comment over there at The Vinyl Casket, all one word, and do me a really big favor and stay lame.